What's going on? What's going on? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? I'm so happy to have you guys here with me tonight. So glad for you guys to be in the building. You know what I'm saying? Much love and respect to all you guys. As you guys see, I got my compadre with me, the one and only Mr. Zod Ryder, General Zod. You know what I'm saying? You want to go ahead and say what's up to the people, General?
Well, I just want to say we are one half of Voltron up in here, so let's just get that out of the way right now. Because when Voltron is in the house, there's some violence about to ensue.
Yo, to say the least. Let's say what's up to everybody that's in the building. We got Corey Hamsmith saying it's time. It's time. You know what I'm saying? We got Strong Arm Flicks. What's up, T Flames? What's going on? What's going on? Bad Dan saying, man, I really miss a lot not being on Twitter. It seems like, hey, it's all good because we about to catch you up. You know what I'm saying? You about to get caught up in everything that's been going on. Right? Yo, we got Igor in here saying restore the Snyderverse or bust, full boycott, not just their cape shit. Hey, I feel it, Igor. I feel it. Got Corey Hamsmith back in here. I was worried about not seeing you too much anymore. Hey, you know, Bad Dan, when you get off Twitter, we're super glad to see you in these chats. Oh yeah. You know, what up, Socks? You know what I'm saying? Man, it's everybody's in here. We got Double MJ, the good Austin, you know what I'm saying? Rail, everybody, Annihilator Wayne. Oh man, yo, what's up, yo? Zai, we got a lot to get to tonight, man. There's been a lot that's happened since, the stream last week, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like there's been quite a bit that's been going on. Wouldn't you say?
I would say it's absolutely insane. But I will say this to you, Skywalker, it is not surprising. Okay. Not in the least. Because the betas are out in full force. And they are using Beta Nation as a way to discredit people with channels as they're up and coming. People like yourself. You have a moderate following, wouldn't you say? I mean, hey, you're up and coming. You're on the rise, right? But hey, they're scared of you, man. They're scared because they're scared of where you're going, scared of what you're saying, and scared because you're making sense. And Clay Staub agrees with you. So,
hey. Man, yo, Design, I thought I was just in my own little, pocket universe, right? The Mikey verse, right? I'm thinking, hey, I'm just over here minding my own business, you know what I'm saying? And just doing things real low key under the radar. I don't really interact with a bunch of people that are outside of our circle, right? So here I am. I'm thinking that, I'm not really making no waves, but that seems to not be the case. And like I've said many times on these streams, right? You can never know who is gonna pop up on a Skywalker the Jedi stream, right? So I would like to introduce you guys to somebody that is making their debut on my channel. I was just on this man's stream earlier today. Much love and respect to the Savage Bat.
Yo, what's up, people?
Yo, we got the Savage Bat in here. I get a little bit of an echo, but we got the Savage Bat in here representing much love and appreciation to you, sir. Anything that you want to say your first time being on the platform?
Thank you for having me, basically. It's an honor. Sorry, I didn't set that up properly there. Yeah, no, thank you for having me. It's brilliant. And we had a great time on that stream earlier. I was really impressed with that. That wasn't my first ever live stream. We had a full house. There was a Justice League situation going on there. Yo. Sucks. Batman is there. But
For
yeah.
sure, for sure. So Savage Bat, I'm not sure if you've been up to speed. All right. Have you been like in the loop about what's kind of been going on with my channel and my platform this past week, or do you need a refresher on what's going on?
Yeah, no, just a little short refresher would be nice. I have seen what's going on in the past, and you know what, kind of what you're all about and that. So yeah, I know what to expect. But yeah, give me a little refresher with what's been going on with the drama.
Okay. Absolutely. I was hoping that you would say that because that gives me an opportunity to give the audience a bit of a refresher. Okay. So, last week, the day after Father's Day, Zach makes a post on his Vero where he posts in front of like a selfie in front of the Pasadena City Hall. And he's talking
Yeah,
about Father's Day and how he was in Pasadena. Now, me living in California, not even too far from that same spot, right? And I go to that same area every year. I know that there is a tool sharpening service that is based not too far from there called Man of Steel Sharpening, right?
right.
Like it's literally less than 10 minutes from that same spot, right? And he put this post out on Father's Day. As we all know, Man of Steel was released on Father's Day in 2013, right?
Right.
So I took to the internet and I posted my fan theory on Twitter that Zach was confirming that he was indeed working on the Man of Steel sequel, right? The internet goes nuts. They're calling me crazy. They're saying that I'm reaching, that I'm tripping, right? They're saying that I'm QAnon, right? Like all these different things. And I did a stream where, we pretty much clapped back at them. That was that same night. Lo and behold, the next day, Clay Staub posts a screenshot of the temperatures in his city, and just well and behold, it was in Pasadena, which is the same place that Zach just said that he was working. I mean, that he was at the day before. So,
Right.
but I didn't get too much pushback after the Clay Staub post, right? But it did continue on into the week up till today. I've been called crazy in every single name in the book. They've said that I'm a scooper and that I am giving people the wrong information, right? When I've never once said anything of that sort.
I've had to deal with the same kind of thing on on Facebook and Twitter myself, so I know exactly what's happening there. It's the same thing happens every time. You're trying to explain something, critical thinking, and people just don't get it.
Yes. But one thing that I found funny throughout this entire process is that, a lot of the pushback that I've been getting is from people that are supposedly Zack Snyder fans and they have RTSV in their bios and everything, right? And, they seem to all be fans of like the Move On crowd and things of that sort, right?
Yeah.
But we're all supposed to be Zack Snyder fans. I didn't see any like alternate theories or anything of them saying like, hey, maybe this is what he meant. Like, no, it was just total negativity and thrashing upon my theory as if I was just somehow insane or a QAnon member.
Yeah, no. Well, you're going to get things, but that's a shame, and more than likely down to they're probably jealous that they didn't realise they didn't work it out.
Man. Hold on. Before I bring somebody else up, I want to ask Zod, right? Zod, what, like, just from the outside looking in, because I know what it looks like to me, right? To me, it looks like a bunch of betas lashing out, right? Am I tripping, or is that, really what seems to be going on right now?
Skywalker, this is what they do. they come out in droves attacking anything that doesn't fit their narrative. And because you had the audacity to introduce a theory that not only makes sense, but was backed up by the people who matter. Okay. This is what I always say whenever anybody tries to throw their nonsense with this move on crowd BS. If you're in the move on crowd, move on. Go sit over there. We don't need you. We don't want you. You don't have to say anything else. You've made your voice heard. Now leave us alone. What I don't understand about the move on crowd is they've already made their decision. So nothing you say is going to change their mind, even if it were announced by Zack Snyder himself tomorrow that the Snyderverse is restored. He's doing Man of Steel 2. They still wouldn't accept it, and they would find a way to pour cold water on the announcement. They do something, but see, Skywalker, the problem with you is you're ruffling feathers on a level that betas just can't tolerate. See what it is, Skywalker, and what I love about it is you're on the rise, and they don't realize that their beta hate.
The rise of Skywalker.
I was just, Savage Bad. I was just gonna say that they have no.
Except it's not. This is not shit like the film.
Right,
this is different. Rise of Skywalker.
They have no idea that
this
they
is the
are
return
literally
of the Jedi.
This is the Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
Right, they are literally contributing to the rise of Skywalker. And
yeah,
they are creating a Return of the Jedi. And this is not something that they're ready for, because Skywalker, I don't think they understand your commitment to the cause. I don't think they understand just how ingrained you are with me, Sil, Mikey, Mr. West, Ashley, Hamad. All the OGs have accepted you and have put you. You're one of us now. And the problem is now the betas see that, so the betas are going at you like piranhas, the same way they went after me, the same way they went after West Ashley, the same way they went after Hamad and all these other great people, Leonidas, Abu Nas. We've all been through it because it's a rite of passage. Because when you have betas coming at you on the level of piranha, like they're coming at you now, it's because you're doing something right.
Yeah,
it's because you're saying the right things. It's because you are
the indication.
Speaking the truth, and they know the truth, but they want to remain tone deaf. Yeah. They don't want to have any. They don't want to have any any knowledge. They want to stay woefully ignorant. And when you have Clay Staub, Ratio, and folks backing you up, and they're still talking mess, this is how you know that you have made it. Again, this is literally the rise of Skywalker. The reality is that they are not on your level. They're never going to be your level. They are a piece of crap on the bottom of your shoe, just like they are the rest of us. And what we need to start doing is we need to start scraping off that crap and flushing these betas down the toilet.
Yeah, we got plans. And you know what I mean? We got you, Skywalker.
We've been having my man waiting backstage for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring up somebody else who, has been, if they haven't been triggering betas before, you might get a good taste of that right now. My man Necron is in the building. You know what I'm saying?
What's up?
Yo, real talk. Necron, I want to ask you real quick. Have you been kind of in the loop about what's been going on with my fan theory since last week? And if so, what's your opinions on it?
Well, I know the first thing you were saying last week about the Man of Steel sharpening and all that with in Pasadena, and I thought that was a great theory. It made sense. And you would have to kind of know the situation to figure it out, which you do because you live out there. and it's not some wacko theory or something. You didn't say like, hey man, some fucking aliens came to me the other night and they gave me a message. This is true stuff, man. It's a legit business that exists in that area.
Yeah, which was confirmed, and we had a person from the community call. They called the place and actually confirmed that it exists and is a very short drive from that same spot that Zack Snyder was indeed standing.
It's a mobile business too, so they could pop up anywhere around there.
Absolutely.
So no, this theory has credence to it. It's not just some cockeyed nonsense. And these betas, anytime we are, mainly you guys, are one step ahead of them, it really pisses them off because it doesn't give them time to shoot it down. They're left, trying to pull their pants up. They're caught down, with their pants around their ankles.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know why these people like having their pants all the way down around their ankles all the time. I mean, wouldn't that be uncomfortable and disconcerting to constantly be walking around with your pants down by your ankles? But these betas seem to love it, and I don't know. Maybe it's just part of a modern culture. I mean, I guess we're all too old for this crap.
They might be in beta prison. I don't know, but
must be a thing. I don't know.
They all in the betaverse, yo.
Betaverse.
Into the betaverse, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, like it's crazy, but the part that really stuck with me is like exactly how many people were giving me such like pushback that claim to be fans of Zack, right? It's like, yo, if you're gonna be giving me this pushback and you're a fan of Zack, that means that you should know that all of Zack's posts have a double meaning. So what did it mean then? Right? Like, why aren't you looking more into it and offering your own alternative theory? Why does it have to be that I'm just wrong off the bat and then that I'm QAnon? Like, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. They go, man. They just don't like it. Is it gatekeeping? Is it they're mad? They're not getting all the attention or something? Is it about the Snyderverse or is it about
you know what
them?
It's about, Necron? It's about them and their access. It's about them, and I would go one step further to say that it's not even about Zack Frack anymore, like Mr. West Ashley would say. It's about their access, their platforms, and their brands. It's a me mentality. It's about what is going to get me the most views, what is going to get me the most clicks, what is going to put me in the good graces of the new regime, what is going to put me in a position to better my platform. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with Skywalker or me or you or any of us or even Zack Snyder. They crap on Restore the Snyderverse and anything positive that has to do with it, not just because they're betas, but because they have an agenda. And the truth has no agenda. So when you are speaking the truth and you are doing what Skywalker has done and you are uncovering something that is truthful and can be backed up by people who matter, then that upsets the status quo of the betas, because the betas are trying to further an agenda. They're trying to push something that may not necessarily be true, but they believe it's going to get them brownie points in the long run, which is why they're going to continue to crap on us. They're going to continue to crap on Zack. They're going to continue to do everything that they can to make Restore the Snyderverse look like a negative thing of a bunch of deranged fans. They're doing the exact same thing they did when Release the Snyder Cut was a thing, and then a bunch of these same folks, when the Snyderverse is released, you're going to see what's going to happen. They're going to scurry around and they're going to run up to Zack. Oh, Zack, give me another interview. Please give me another interview. That's what they're going to do. They're going to be begging Zack for interviews. They're going to be acting like they were on the right side of history the whole time. They're going to want to take all the credit once it gets restored, but they're the ones doing all the crapping right now. And this is exactly what it's almost scary. It's almost deja vu like the way when you compare the stuff that went on right before we got the Snyder Cut to what's going on now. It's literally almost the same exact thing. And here's the funny thing. It's the same people. It's the same people too. It hasn't changed. It's the same people. You got Dave the Film Junkie and all his cronies. You got the guy that can't speak correctly. You got a whole bunch of these people that are all pushing their little agendas, and then at the end of the day, they're going to say, "We were in support of it the whole time." Hey, Zach, can you come on my?
Well, so it starts with. I am a Snyder fan, as you know, but here, have a look at how I trash the whole fandom, and that's what my platform is based on, is leeching off of the fans and making us out to be some sort of deranged cult, and that's how they're getting their clicks and clout. You know, and we're over here, like you said, just telling the truth. You can't fuck with the truth.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually crazy, right? And also one thing that that's been kind of really going around these past few days, right, is they're asking me like, hey, what am I doing here, right? Like, what is my purpose for coming on to YouTube or like creating content or whatever, right? They're saying like, hey, do you want to just be in this bubble and that sort of thing? And the answer to that question is absolutely, I would like to be in my bubble, right? Like, I literally came onto YouTube and everything to interact with the Restore the Snyderverse community, right? Yeah. And one of the main purposes of my platform is to highlight all of the people that I feel like deserve recognition for their role in release the Snyder Cut, because we changed the world, and all those people that were shit on and all that after the cut got greenlit, right? I feel like it is very important to highlight these people, and I find it very funny that the more that I've started to do this, the more pushback that I've had from that other side. That's really when things have, kind of started to get heavy, right? Is as soon as I started my damn OG talk and I brought on Koj and Hamad and now Mr. Wes Ashley, right? Things are ramping up once again, but it's cool because I'm built for it, right? And I don't care what you guys say. I don't care about your opinions, right? I'm not interested in it, right? And you might as well just stay out of my mention.
Yeah.
They're not going to stay out of your mentions, though. And the reason they're not going to stay out of your mentions is because it's to their benefit to be in your mentions. You see, they're taking up for, again, an agenda, a side. You don't have an agenda. You're doing it out of pure heart for Restore the Snyderverse. They're not. Their whole thing is again, access. We've got to crap on this so that we will stay relevant, because they don't support Zack. They never did. They were never about Zack Snyder. Dave the Film Junkie, for example, he'll tell you that he's for Zack Snyder, that he's pro Zack, like TPZ, Team Pro Zack. He'll tell you that he's one of the good guys, right? But then what does he do? He craps on every single effort that the fans make for the Restore. And then he brings Sean O'Connell of all people on his platform and acts like it's no big deal to interview Sean O'Connell. Listen, this is the kind. These are the kind of snakes we're dealing with. These are the kind of people that when people need to understand, if you're really here for Zack Snyder and you're really here for Restore the Snyderverse, you need to stop listening to these cats, because they don't know what they're talking about. They are promoting an agenda, literally. And I keep mentioning mentioning Film Junkie because I have a history with that guy. I don't like that guy. And so I mentioned him because I know what he's doing now. And what he's doing now is the same kind of crap that he was doing right before Release the Snyder Cut. And what happened? What happened? Release the Snyder Cut came out. What happened? He's on there kissing up to Zach. Oh, I got Snyder on my platform. Da, da, da. Listen, dude, I don't care about interviewing Zack Snyder. That was never what this was about for me. And if people are really here for Zach, like Mr. West Ashley told you on your excellent interview, by the way.
Thank you. Shout out to Mr. West Ashley.
With one of the true OGs. I know I was there. I fought alongside him. He is a brother in arms, and I will tell you this right now. When you have people who are only in it for themselves, they will throw anybody under the bus. Absolutely. To further their agenda if they think it is going to get them further. It's all about them. It's all about their brands. It's all about their clicks. It's all about their views. So they have a whole bunch of people on Twitter, a whole bunch of cronies who follow them and believe in their BS that go after people like you, go after me, go after everybody because they think they're doing a good thing. They think they're doing a good job sticking up for these clowns. But at the end of the day, they're not because these clowns don't care about them either. And that's the key to it. When you are somebody
nobody cares about anything on that side.
No. When you're fully driven about within your agenda, you just use people to continue to help further you along. And that's exactly what Sean O'Connell did to the Release the Snyder Cut movement. He used the movement so he could write his book and make tons of money off of his book, and then turn around and backstab the movement as soon as the ink wasn't even dry on the paper on the book, and he's getting money hand over fist because everybody's buying this book. And then what's the first thing he does after that? Backstab everybody. Actually, he backstabbed everybody before the book came out because he lied to everybody and told everybody that Ray Fisher was going to write the foreword for his fake book that left all kinds of great stuff.
When Ray called him out on Twitter, that was hilarious.
Oh my god!
about the Joss Whedon thing. You know what I mean? Because everyone knew that Connor was a.
Oh yeah, and then that's what he is. Then to top it off, he's a Joss Whedon stan.
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing stuff. He's doing stuff behind the scenes to help Joss Whedon come back and have like a career resurgence.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and that is the guy that certain people decided to bring onto their platform and act like everything was okay.
Yeah.
Right. When we all knew. That's like bringing Joss Whedon on your damn platform, yo.
You want to show people how fake you are. You want to show people how much you want to restore the Snyderverse. You bring Sean O'Connell on your stream and start talking to him and start telling him what a great guy he is. Come on, man.
Or Walter Matter, getting Walter Matter as a guest.
Right?
Restore the Snyderverse, yeah, right.
Oh my God.
I'd love to see Skywalker get Walter Hamada on here. Yeah. we would tear Walter Hamada up. I'm gonna tell you right now. Let you want to see a real Sean O'Connell interview. I'll get Sean O'Connell on Late Night Q&A. You think I'm going to be easy on him and be like, oh, Sean O'Connell, welcome to Late Night Q&A. I'm going to be like, no, Sean O'Connell, you're the scum of the earth. And I just want to get that off my chest right now at the top of the show. What in the world was that guy thinking? That guy already knows that real people that follow Restore the Snyderverse don't take him seriously and think he's a joke.
Never have.
So why would he bring Sean O'Connell on his stream? It shows you right there that for him, it's all about agenda. It's not about Snyderverse. He doesn't care about the Snyderverse. He got everything he wanted when he got Zack Snyder on his vodka stream the night that the Snyder Cut was announced. That was quite a feat. I still don't know how he was able to do it, but the fact that that happened and the fact that that was allowed, thanks to TPZ, I'm sure I'm sure that Mr. West Ashley would have some more insight on that as well. But my whole point is that if you're really here for Zack Snyder, your primary goal is not, I want to get Zack for an interview. It's all about Zack Crack. It's all about that clout. No, what it's about is it's about the mission. It's about getting the word out that Restore the Snyderverse is important, that we want more of Zack's DC universe. That's what the message is, and that's what we're fighting for. It's not we're not fighting for our brands or our channels or our personal platform. We're fighting for a cause. That's the difference between us and these fools that you see all over social media. That's the difference between us and the idiots going after Skywalker, even after Clay Staub checked their asses. When Clay Staub checks your ass, you stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Literally, he asked them, like, yo, what are you even saying right now? Right? Like, and then the beta that he asked that to turned around and acted like he didn't know who Clay was talking to. Dude, he replied to your damn tweet.
Replied directly to you.
What
replied directly to you,
who was he talking to?
With your Dave the Film Junkie retweet. That's who he replied to.
Like, yo,
betas, man, betas.
Literally sat there and acted like he didn't know who Clay was talking to. He's on your tweet.
I got no problem beta whacking, man. It's like a game of whack-a-mole, man. And you got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah, that's it. Whack-a-mole. Yeah, it just keep popping up.
No matter what you do, you can't get it to stop. It's like y'all don't got nothing better to do with your lives, really. You really don't. Yeah. You want to keep playing whack-a-mole. You want to keep playing whack-a-mole here with people like Skywalker. You're in for a rude awakening because hey. I know this isn't clapback season, but this is the successor to clapback season because y'all just don't know.
Yo, like, it's wild. I'm like, yo, like, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm not the right guy for that kind of stuff, yo. Like, I will really, clap back at you guys, right? Then when I made a little video response to two people in general on Twitter, then it's like, oh my God, you're going too far, right? Like, why are you doing all this? It's like, hey, right, well, stay out of my damn mentions and maybe you won't get that.
That's what I'm saying. If you know you're not liked, if you know you're not wanted in my mentions, why do you keep popping up there?
Because I need you.
It's like you see this is the thing. You're walking down the street and you see the sign that says, the big black sign that says beware of dog, right? You see that sign, right? But you choose to continue to go through that gate. And what happens when you go through that fence and you get your hand bit or your finger bit off? Now you want to blame the owner of the dog because you got your finger bit off, but your butt should have known better than to walk through that gate. And that's exactly what these people keep doing.
Yo, that's a hell of an analogy.
They do it every day. They do it every day.
Beware of dog, yo. That's real talk right there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Man, it's
like give a dog a bone and go home. How about that? Go do something else with your life. For real.
That's the part that I don't get. And it's like, like they're literally asking me, do I want to just be in a bubble? Like, yes.
Yes.
I
yes. Restore the Snyderverse is an echo chamber, and we love it.
Yeah, I know. Why don't they get that? That's what we want to hear. Restore the Snyderverse.
If you want to call it a cult, you want to call it an echo chamber, whatever helps you sleep at night. Just stay the hell out of our mentions.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, well, they just it makes me laugh that their entire channel is basically about how bad we are as fans. and are literally making a living out of talking about us. Thanks for that. Do you know what I mean?
We all
you
like
know,
to sit together and talk about stuff we enjoy. They're the ones always
yeah,
coming into our
actually,
zone.
to try to do something productive. Get the Snowverse restored, help with the campaigns, AFSP. Yeah,
Savage Pat, the new one that I'm hearing a lot of, and I don't know if you guys have heard this one, but they're calling everybody betas. Betas is such a harsh term. Why do they keep calling everybody betas? Betas is not a harsh term. Betas is a representation for the kind of behavior that you guys are exhibiting. That's what it is. All right. It's not a harsh term. It makes sense. It's like, oh, so Zod is saying he wants everybody to be labeled. Yes, that would be brilliant. Label everybody so that we know what they are, so that we don't have to deal with them anymore.
Yeah.
It's like the comedian that said, I just hate stupid people. I wish they would wear signs so that you would know they were stupid, so you wouldn't rely on them for anything. So you walk by a person and you see the sign. It says I'm stupid. You ask him a question, and then you look at him and you say, "Oh, never mind. I didn't see your sign." Listen, I'm good. I'm at the point where that's what I feel like it should be. I want to be labeled. You want to label me? You want to say I'm a Restore the Snyder Cut cultist? That's perfectly fine. Just leave me the hell alone. Let me be in my bubble, damn it.
Look,
right?
And look at Bat Dan's comment, right? Like, yeah, but they want to call us cultists and grifters,
that's
right?
Okay, right? That's okay, right? Calling Sil and Mikey grifters, no matter how many times Sil and Mikey get stuff right. That's the thing. I don't know. How can you be called a grifter if your platform is making money based on you telling the truth? That's not a grifter. That's the opposite of a grifter. You're giving people exactly what they're paying for.
Right? Crazy, right? Like, I just don't understand how these people, they send their cronies out. Like, you'd be better off just sending your boss. You know what I'm saying? All these little minions, like, they ain't gonna cut it. You know what I'm saying?
They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that, Skywalker, because then that exposes them. The biggest thing with a lot of these cats that feel like they're at the top, like Dave the Film Junkie, is don't engage. That's their motto. They've got a whole bunch of little minions who will do the engagement for them. The beta lemmings, they'll just keep coming. It's not for the bosses to come out. No, they don't want to do that because they think that's going to tarnish their name if they get into a back and forth with you. So they're not ever going to do that. That's what that's about. So you'll get people like that, and it's like, oh yeah, Sil and Mikey are grifting. Sil and Mikey are lying to people. Sil and Mikey are taking advantage of people. Sil and Mike. There was this one dude just a couple days ago. I don't know, Skywalker, if you saw. That Kron Savage Bat. I don't know if y'all saw this dude, but there was this one dude that made a whole live stream celebrating the fact that Mikey and Sil allegedly lost their DC scoopers like 5 weeks ago, and allegedly, Sil and Mikey don't have any DC scoopers anymore. And this dude was acting like he won the lottery. I mean, he was literally like, and he was going after everybody, all vulgar, calling people names and cussing people out all throughout the whole stream. And I'm in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there thinking, what a sad life this guy must live. For him to devote like almost 3 hours of his life to trashing Sil and Mikey on the basis of allegedly losing their scoopers, when that didn't happen. Sil and Mikey still have DC scoopers. I don't know where this dude got his information from, or what scoopers this dude what sources this dude claims to have. But apparently, this dude has information on every single one of us, because he mentioned me a few times. He mentioned he mentioned Sil and Mikey the whole stream. But then he also he doesn't like a few other people, a few people that we don't like either. But it sounds like this guy doesn't like anybody. I mean, he literally was going all in on everybody. And Skywalker, I don't know how much of that stream you got to see because I did send it to you. But my thing was this.
I was like, perused through it. I was like skipping forward. Like, and I was seeing how long he was gonna stay on fucking Seal and Mikey. It was like the whole video.
The whole stream. The whole stream. He kept going back to Mikey Sutton and Sil Abdul have lost their DC sources. Ha ha ha. Douchebag losers. Ha ha ha. That's what it was like. I mean, it was ridiculous.
I'll have to check that out.
Bro.
Wow. I saw one just recently about I think it was from a few months ago, and it was saying Grace Randolph, Sil Abdul, these people are lying to you. And I thought, what? These people are just making shit up about people that are telling the truth, and mixing it all up. And they're making content out of just talking about other fucking channels. I don't understand what the game is, man.
That's all they got. Their content isn't original or interesting.
What? All you're doing is talking about other people. You haven't actually got a subject.
Yo, talk about people who are interesting. So.
Yo, I don't even like mentioning these motherfuckers' names, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it gets to that point because it's just like, yo, you guys just keep coming at me, keep coming at us, and it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it's like, let me give you. It's like you keep coming at me. Let me give you your shine because you obviously are that deprived that you need to be validated or recognized. So let me validate you.
Facts.
That's what it is. Let me make you famous for 15 seconds. All right?
Yeah, like Billy the Kid said, I'll make you famous. Yes. Say something about me, and I'll mention you on my channel.
yo, like that dude that did like that damn near 3-hour stream. The only time I had ever seen that guy's face or video or whatever was when he was in a Film God compilation about saying that the Snyderverse was dead and it was never going to come back. Right?
Oh, well, so, there you go.
Yeah,
if Film God got him, then you know he's got
gobbed.
You got gobbed.
Gob life, you know, gob is life, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like that was the only time that I had seen this dude's content like at all ever. And then Zion sends me this video. It's damn near 3 hours long, going on about Mikey and Seal. Hey, I know lie. I was just scrubbing through the entire thing. It was just, hey, you know, Seal, Mikey, Seal, Mikey. I was just like, yo, this is crazy.
Calling them all kinds of names too. That's the thing. That's like, what I mean, this dude really literally has a personal thing against Sil and Mikey because he was calling them all types of names. I don't know how the video, to be honest with you, I don't know how his video was able to stay up. He was calling people all types of names and stuff. I was just like, bro. Like anybody's video by now, the YouTube algorithm should have caught on to all the amount of foul language and expletives this dude was using to describe Sil and Mikey and everybody else. What more negative expletives do you have to use in order for YouTube to ban your video? Like, you know what? I don't even know the dude's name. I don't know the dude's name. Okay, I saw the video. I sent it to Skywalker. I couldn't believe it when my name got brought up. I was like, "What did I do?"
Guilty by association, I guess.
I'm like, wow. He's like, and that Zod writer, he's a piece of shit too. He does this and this and this, and I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? I don't know you like that. What are you talking about?
But you know what's funny about all that? He's over there ranting and raving, getting his blood pressure up. And you know what probably Mikey Sutton's doing? Writing this little kick-ass comic, putting up triggering articles.
Yeah, you know that.
And Sil's over there, just chilling, watching his videos, getting
creating content. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And waiting for all those evil super chats to start flowing in so he can do his thing. And this guy about to have a fucking heart attack over it all.
This is a guy who used to be the world's biggest Zack Snyder fan. Then he stopped being a Zack Snyder fan because Zack Snyder killed off Dick Grayson, and his favorite DC character is Robin. So now he has a grudge against Zack Snyder because Zack Snyder killed Robin. Because Robin is the greatest character in the DCU, and obviously, you know,
that was one of the only parts that I can like actually remember like hearing is he was sitting there like, oh yeah, and he was gonna bring in Carrie Kelly, who was an Elseworlds Robin, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop.
Right. His grudge against Snyder at all stems from the fact that Snyder killed Dick Grayson instead of Jason Todd. And also, this guy actually likes loves the theatrical cut of Justice League. So right there, he loses all credibility. He likes the Justice League. He loves the movie Batman and Robin with George Clooney, no lie, because it has all the Bat family members in it. He loves it. And so he wants Zack Snyder to be replaced, but he wants the DCEU to continue to use Zack Snyder's characters. So he wants Henry Cavill to still be Superman. He wants Ben Affleck to still be Batman. He wants Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, etc. He doesn't like Ezra Miller. He thinks Ezra Miller should be replaced, and he hates Robert Pattinson Batman. So, but he's all fixated on Robin. That's been his MO from like the beginning. Robin. Like, dude, I've never known anybody whose favorite DC character is Robin, but that's just me. I don't know.
And look, for you guys that keep asking, like, who are we talking about? I don't even know this dude's name. I had never I had never seen any content from this guy outside of the film.
His name is like Future DC or something goofy like that.
Yeah, it's something.
He's just some lunatic, you know. So yeah.
They come and go. I've had to deal with loads of them over the years. You know, they'd like just come out of the woodwork, have a little pop, think they could.
No, it's actually not. It's actually not Garbo or RJ or any of them. Because to be honest and to be frank, this guy actually hates them too, because he mentioned them a bunch of times in the video too. He hates everybody. He hates them. He hates. I mean, he was calling, you know, and I know, Saggy Melons isn't popular around here, but he was calling Saggy Melons all kinds of hoochie names. And, this guy doesn't like nobody. I mean, he literally was going down the list. And when he mentioned me, I'm like, okay, well, hey, I mean, I guess I'm on a list of all kinds because he hates everybody. Like this dude, like he was trashing everybody. He was trashing he started trashing Enosh and the Nerd Queens. All these people,
he trashed everybody
in this one almost 3-hour video. It was crazy. Yeah, Rel McMillan. That's exactly who it is. Yes, Rel. Yes.
Right. I'll look out for that.
He's a Puerto Rican dude, and he's just and he's from New York, and he's just. I mean, the dude is an absolute nutcase.
But I'm just saying, like, these are the kind of people that are representing like the anti-Sil and Mikey crowd. You know what I'm saying? They're going on. Like I don't think anything Sil or Mikey has done could command a 3-hour rant video.
Oh,
no.
Right? Like, look, I've ran live streams. 3 hours of talking is a whole lot of talking, especially when you by yourself.
This guy paid attention to you, Skywalker, because he was holding the championship belt the whole time too, talking about how he's the champ, not Sil. So he was paying attention to you because remember you said something to Sil about a belt. You remember that?
They listening.
So you're on that list too. You're on that beta list too. He's after you too. So you see, hey, I'm not alone. I'm in good company here.
Yo, like, look, if I didn't know before last week that these people are watching me, then I definitely know now. Because the response to that fan theory, man, like, this has been one of the craziest things I've ever witnessed. And to just see it culminate today in Clay Staub actually like clapping back at somebody in my thread, and then that person acting like they don't even know who he was talking to. I mean, that's just been the greatest cherry on top.
Yeah.
You know, that I could have ever really like kind of expected to get. Excuse me.
But I mean, it's kind of cool that know that they do kind of maybe lurk out there and see what people are saying.
Yeah, well, they do, because the views are coming from somewhere. You know, the lurkers, you know, they're watching. And yeah, for so far I've dodged a bullet with the YouTube side of it. The only time I ever get, but I know I'm going to get gunned down eventually.
That's about to
yeah,
change.
it's about to change now. So I mean, it's normally I'm just mentioning a positive light on YouTube, but Facebook I've had it over the years all the time. Fucking hell, man! The amount of times I've been mobbed by the mob.
I gotta say, Savage Bat, you're effed. You're effed. Because now they're gonna start coming at you the same way they're coming at Skywalker. And
everybody. Bring it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not in it for the negativity. You can say what you like. To be honest with you, just keeping it real, keeping it positive. Yeah.
What's up,
Rhea? The beautiful and mighty Rhea is in the chat. Rhea.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm sorry, Rhea. We going in on betas right now. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be done. But look, like I was saying, yeah, Savage Bat, Necron. Y'all already know. You know, this is your fate has been sealed. I mean, there has not been one person that have come on this platform and did not instantly start to receive backlash after their appearance. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hasn't really happened yet. So I would just kind of be ready for that.
Hey, well, let me just say, in the world of metal, which is completely opposite of geekdom, I already have death threats against me and my band. They're telling us they're going to kill us when we show up in their town, and they're just posers. Well, it's the equivalent of a beta, but in the metal scene.
You gotta do Necron. You gotta do lighter music, like the video I sent you.
When I come to the States, because next year, when I sort of show up in the Dreamwalker comic, I'm going to try and come and meet you guys and promote the book. And come and say hello in the flesh. So yeah.
All right. Yes.
I'll come and see you play Necron.
We've all got to get together. That's going to be wonderful.
If we could maybe all meet at one Comic-Con or something, do it like that or something like that.
The heck that'd be great. We got in here, man. We got another. Looks like we got another beta in the chat right now. We got to take care of. Don't worry about that. I'm a hammer that.
Man, I'm over here. Just looking at the love, you know what I'm saying? I ain't paying attention. But look, I just look, it's just been very, very interesting. And but at the same time, I feel like it's kind of empowering, right? When I saw that Clay Staub tweet, I was like, yo, now I just felt like I knew I was right.
Yeah.
And like, it's crazy, yo. Like, it's literally insane how I've got so much pushback from Zach fans.
They aren't Zach fans. They're agenda driven. They're me fans. They're not Zach fans. Seriously, these are the same people that were telling us we gotta support the Batman. We've got to support Peacemaker. We got to support Birds of Prey if we want more of the Snyderverse. Get out of here!
Oh, yeah.
And look at how that. Oh yeah, you got to support Wonder Woman 84. Oh really?
Really? The replacements. No
what
way.
Did that do for us? What did that do?
See, and what's funny is during my stream with Mr. Wes Ashley, right? He put me up on so much, right? Stuff that happened behind the scenes throughout the release of Snyder Cut movement, right? And I'm just wondering if some of these same people that are causing this chaos now are some of them same people that was, in those group chats back in the day, trying to cause confusion like how he was stating during my stream.
Quite possibly, man. It sounds
Yeah, I keep seeing the same sort of names popping up from last time in the same situations as well. It's like, I've got a memory for stuff like that, and there's just so many people have like benefited from the release of the Snyder Cut movement that hated the Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman and never supported it. I just don't understand how that's happened. It's just like
how it happens is that they're opportunists. They were able to snake their way in and take advantage of Zack Snyder's good nature. That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's all right. It was. We're talking about people, and I'm glad Mr. West Ashley put you up on the history, Skywalker, because when I say things like, Zack Snyder, basically Zack Snyder's fandom was basically hijacked by Harry Potter fans. You know who I'm talking about now. So it's sort of like it makes it easier now to mention OG behind the scenes type stuff that went on, in these beta busting conversations, because
Yep.
Well, that's what he said. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Skywalker.
Oh no, go ahead, Necron.
No, well, what he said in the stream, like, really enlightened me. Like, they didn't even know he directed 300, so they definitely didn't know that he directed Dawn of the Dead. And I was like, well, I mean, if you become a fan of a director and you say you're this big fan, you would probably at least go back and look at his first movies and everything, and like, wow, this guy's kick ass. Cause when I'm a fan of something, I'm like that. I jump in, full in, dude. I want to see what else they did.
They got in, and they'll tell you this themselves. They got in there because they were because they got attracted to the idea of the charity element for Americans for Suicide Prevention. That was kind of what attracted them. They were Harry Potter fans first. They were not fans of Zack Snyder's work. Okay, they didn't even know it. Just like you said about 300, they didn't even know. They didn't know anything. And to be honest with you, I've heard a couple of interviews where they talked about how they weren't really fans of Man of Steel, and it took them a while to warm up to BVS and what Zack was doing. What the hell are you doing here, Zack? Why are you trying to act like you're on top of the world, coming in here, interviewing Zack, interviewing these people? Okay, you got your 15 minutes of fame. That's why they disappeared now. That's why you don't hear nothing from them now, because they got everything that they wanted, right? They made it seem like they were bigger Uber fans than they were. They was on the HBO special that they did, the red carpet event that they did when Zack Snyder's Justice League premiered. This is all facts. You can all go watch all that on HBO Max. It's still there. The fact of the matter is that this is the kind of stuff you get, when you get a group of people that is somehow able to get in the heart of the director, because I'm sure Zack sees a lot, but Zack doesn't see everything. Because I'll tell you this, these same people that are causing all this nonsense now on Twitter, going after Skywalker, going after all these good people, are the same people that are on, when they go on Vero in front of Zack, they're complete angels. They go on there in front of Zack and they act like you might as well give them halos, you might as well give them harpsichords, because honestly, in front of Zack, they are perfect. But when they get on Twitter, when they go off and they do their streams and they think, oh, Zack doesn't watch that stuff, Zack doesn't pay any attention, they're backstabbing Zack left and right. Oh, we got to support these other movies. Oh, we got to do this. We got to do that. They are the biggest two-faced, just lowest form of human life. And then they'll go on Vero and talk to Zack like they didn't just go and basically spit on Zack's face everywhere else. It is the biggest scam I've ever seen, and I feel so bad that Zack has to get that, because Zack does so much for this fandom. he's such a good-hearted, good-natured human being. And the way these people act, it's all about their opportunity. It's all about their 15 minutes of fame. It's all about what they want, their platforms. But karma is a bitch, because guess what? Now a lot of them, their platforms, nothing's going on. So they're bitter because, oh, I had Zack Snyder on my panel and nobody cares what I have to say. So now you're bitter because you've had Zach on and people aren't watching you. Your numbers are down. Your views are down because people have seen through your acts.
You alienated us.
You alienated the OGs. You alienated the people who did all the work for release the Snyder Cut.
Yes.
And now you wonder.
Oh, and speaking on that, yo, I'm about to keep bringing OGs on. So y'all be mad, be triggered, because I'm about to keep bringing these OGs on so they can tell their story, because you guys are not going to control that narrative, yo. It is not going to happen. I watched that happen last time when the cut got greenlit and everybody fucking switched up, right? That was D-Day. That's when everybody showed their real colors. And as long as I'm here, you know, my job is to keep highlighting these OGs and let them tell their story, because, you know, fucking leave it up to Film Junkie, right? He was just tweeting hashtags and stuff, but you just had Sean O'Connell on your channel.
Yeah, so, a guy who's totally anti and totally against Zack Snyder. He's posting. Sean O'Connell is literally posting tweets, taking jabs at Zack Snyder and Ray Fisher. Listen, dude. If you're gonna do that, don't be a two-faced Dave, the Film Junkie, Dave Pena. If you really feel that way, and you're in with the antis, stay with the antis. Yeah. Get the hell out, because we don't want you here. We don't need you here, and all you're doing is muddying the waters with your fake propaganda. Get the hell out of here, dude. You're a disgrace. You're pathetic. And yeah, I said it. You can come at me if you got a problem, because I got a problem with you. And I'm telling you now, I'm sick and tired of seeing your crap. You're gonna go over here and you're gonna hashtag make the Batfleck movie. You're gonna hashtag this and that, like you really give a damn about that. All you care about is your dying platform. That's all you care about. And guess what? Nobody cares about you. You know what? That crap a long time ago you did, what really made me despise you was that one day I was watching one of your streams and a dude gave you a $500 super chat and asked you a question, and you didn't even have the balls to answer the question. All you did was look at the $500 super chat and say, I quote, "Thanks, bro. Get the hell out, Dave the Film Junkie. I'm challenging you, dude. And you come to me, you come in my mentions, you come on anything. I'll tear you up. I'm telling you that right now. I ain't got time for you. You're full of it, you're fake, and people need to know how fake you are. And I'm exposing you, dude. Enough is enough. This dude is crazy. I just saw those hashtags, Skywalker, you were talking about. And that is hypocrisy. That's hypocrisy. He's fake.
Shout out $500 bucks.
$500 super chat. Thanks, bro.
That's crazy. See, I ain't even know about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that news to me.
But it's not surprising though. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people, yo, it's coming, yo. And when this day comes, y'all better not turn around. And I'm not gonna let you. Shout out to Mr. West Ashley in the chat, yo. Shout out to Mr. West Ashley.
Again, this is a man who knows. Mr. West Ashley knows what I'm talking about because he was there.
Hold on, Zod. Mr. West Ashley, if you want to come up, let me know. You know what I'm saying? And I'll shoot you a link. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit'll get real spooky. You know what I'm saying?
And just talking about that dude, man, like I'm so tired of these dudes and their fake grift. They want to come at selling Mikey and talk about selling Mikey being grifters. Yeah, that dude's a grifter.
Yo, I might have to send some more links out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hold it down for 1 second, Zod.
Yeah. There's a few names popping up in the chat there. I think we're gonna have some guests. I think. But yeah, like you were saying earlier, like in the histories of the fandom, you know, and stuff like I said to you before about the boycott hashtag, right? I've got nothing against people boycotting the movies, but the boycott hashtag, right, done nothing but fuck this fandom. It made us look really bad.
It was a dumb move. It was a dumb suggestion made by a bunch of idiots who don't understand how business works.
About, you know, how it was dealt with. And all it done was tarnish the name of Restore the Snyderverse, Release the Snyder Cut, and all that, because
boycotting is that's beta shit.
None of that was a threat or an ultimatum. You know, we were just asking. You know, and the boycott, that was different. This is like, well, we're going to hold you to ransom if you don't give us what we want, and it's just that bullshit don't work, man.
I'll tell you what it is. Again, it's a beta move, and it's a suggestion made by people who have their own agendas. You see, these are people that want the movement to fail, so they suggest stupid things like boycott WB. You can't boycott something unless you have millions of followers behind the cause for it to have any effect. Now, like Savage Bat said, I could see if you personally want to boycott and it's a personal choice that you're making.
Yeah, hey, that's right. And a lot of people did that.
I'm not going to go see Robert Pattinson's trash Batman movie. Okay, well, guess what? You're personally boycotting. That's you. But that's your choice. Need millions of people. You need millions of people to do that if you want it to actually impact the bottom line enough to make a change. That's why there people that make those kinds of suggestions are scared about what the Restore the Snyderverse movement is doing and what Release the Snyder Cut did before. Because like Skywalker said, we changed the world, bros. And when you change the world, you are a force to be reckoned with, and people cannot mess with you. People can't mess with you when you've changed the world and you've made a difference, and you're capable of doing it again. All right? And we are capable of doing it again. We are going to do it again. And hey.
Yo, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, I don't understand. If you're going to bet your money on something, right? Why would you bet your money on against somebody doing the impossible when they've already done it before?
They've already done it.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder wasn't Zack Snyder the one that said the hard work is already done? Haven't got the cut was the hard work.
Yeah, he was the one. So this what does this tell you? This is going to be easier to do.
Man, hey, Zod is on point. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Zod, the chat is loving you right now. You know what I'm saying? They are loving this little peek into the behind the scenes,
I'm tired of these people, man. I'm tired of them and their snakish, sadistic ways. They're all, you know, it's all like, oh yeah, Zach, we love you. Yeah, we're here for you. And then they backstab Zach the first chance they get. It's terrible.
Hey, well, I used to be a big Ping Pong Flicks fan. I saw that shit change real quick. He made that one video where he was, you know, that was it. He was done with WB, and I was like, all for this guy. And then boom.
Oh my God!
I can't wait to see the Batman. It looks amazing. Blah blah blah. And I was like,
let me tell you the story of Ping Pong Pac-Man. Let me tell you about him. All right, this is a guy I had multiple conversations with when I used to do internet radio. I had Ping Pong Pac-Man on my internet radio show several times. Not only that, Chris Wong and I were interviewed together by various internet news reported sites, actual newspapers. I was part of that. We were together and all that. There was one newspaper that actually had interviewed me, Chris, and Fiona. All right, and Chris Wong was one of the originators. Like Mr. West Ashley said, he was a guy that we would go to for our Zack Snyder hopium at the time, because there wasn't a lot of people covering that at the time. And I was an avid watcher of Chris Wong. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I remember one year, and I think it was like Thanksgiving of, I don't know, 2018, 2019, when Chris Wong did a video where he actually talked about suicide, because some people had made negative comments about Autumn Snyder, par for the course from these people that attack Snyder fandom and then attack Autumn Snyder, right?
Par for the course.
And Chris did a video where he talked about it sincerely and beautifully. And the way he talked about it, I remember, because I was at my parents' house at the time watching his video on my phone and listening to what he was saying. And all of the stress and everything that had about the movement at the time had all rushed me at one moment when I watched it. And I don't remember what he said, but he had said something, and it was so poignant and so powerful, it hit me. I started weeping like a baby. And I'm watching his video and listening to what he's saying, and the tears are just pouring down my face. And I'm thinking, my God, he gets it. He understands. So when I did, I interviewed Chris, and I had what I considered to be a friendship with him, and him and I were good friends. When I fell out with a lot of those 40 Club people, all right, Chris Wong was the last holdout from that 40 Club to cut ties with me, because Chris and I were friends. We talked, and we were cordial with each other. And I had plans on maybe bringing Chris back on again for something else. And then out of the blue, Chris Wong, this was like shortly after he did his video where he said he wasn't going to cover, DC stuff anymore, whatever. Next thing you know, he's wearing a new suit. He's piping another agenda. And then he totally cut ties with me. He unfollowed me on Twitter, and he stopped dealing with me altogether. And he basically he went full, he went full in the other direction, like I suspected that he was going to go, because he was too ingrained with that 40 Club group. He didn't stay true to the ideals of what brought him to the dance in the first place. He got corrupted just like everybody else on that side. And so now when I look at Pac-Man and I see what his videos are like, and I see how he's acting like a man, he acts like a man on crack right now. I'm going to be honest. The difference between his videos now and his videos back in the day are striking. If you see him now, he's talking all fast. He's moving like he's got ants in his pants. And when he was doing those videos back in the day, he was all calm and collected, and he was, presenting his points in an intelligent and poignant way. And now he's all over the place. So Pac-Man ping pong, he went off, he went his own way, and I'm gonna continue to refer to him as Pac-Man, because we know that Pac-Man just gobbles up everything, because Pac-Man is in it for his own agenda, just like all these folks. Gobble, 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 gobble. It's all about the Zach crack. Gobble, 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 gobble. Yeah. Can I get another pallet, please?
We say when Film Gob called him out and made that video, the clown one, about him clowning himself over the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, that was like, really sticking a knife in, twisting it around. And people were like, "Oh, Film Gob, you're out of order for doing that." But that's just what Film Gob's all about. And he was in the right as well, no matter how savage it was. Film Gob strikes.
film
You
guy.
don't mess around, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? You don't want to get on the wrong side of him.
I don't understand it. Like the draw for Pac-Man was the fact that he started out genuine. You could tell.
Yeah, that's what I thought
that
too.
he actually cared
Zach
about.
Crack.
He was there for a cause. Now he's there. He's there for access and
Zach Crack.
Zach Crack and gobble 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 gobble. He's Pac-Man now. Gobble gobble gobble. It's like this. Gobble gobble gobble. Y'all, can I get another new suit? Huh? Yeah. Well, I'm talking about your suit. Yeah, I am.
Nah, man, yo,
Come at me, bro.
I used to love watching ping pong flicks, yo. Like real talk, man. And you know, I didn't even have any of this behind the scenes stuff that people like Zod and Mr. West Ashley and all them. I didn't have none of that, but I could see the difference in his content and how he changed up, right? And how he put up that post saying that he couldn't cover DC anymore. Then he took it down later, right? And he was doing all these crazy reaction videos, you know, where he's all blown away. And I'm like, yo, man, like, you know, this is just not who I knew you to be. So I unsubbed from him a long time ago. And, you know, I've kind of like not seen anything recently that would make me think that there's been any kind of change in what he's been doing.
No, yeah. If you're smart, you've unsubbed a long time ago. That was me too. And I just find it so funny because he was my go-to. I would literally start off every morning before I went to work watching his videos.
Yeah, so I used to watch him all the time.
Same here.
Same here. This is what you get. This is what you get when the people that you look up to, so to speak, get corrupted and become corporate and become bought out, become sellouts essentially. He's just like Pac-Man. How many versions of Pac-Man are there out on the market? Quick, Chris. Gobble, 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 gobble. We really need. See, somebody ought to send him a Pac-Man jacket. I'll be happy. And he don't need to be ping pong flick. Now it can be Pac-Man flicks.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you're killing me.
Yeah, no, like it's crazy. Like, you know, and that's pretty much just something else that I've been kind of garnering since I started my OG Talk series, right? A lot of us have the same kind of villain origin story. Like we have the same origin story, right? And it really shows that one, we were all in this together, and two, it shows that, you know, these people that kind of revealed themselves, like we all noticed it. We all saw it, right? So it's not really anything that has to be questioned or like mulled over. Like, no, it's pretty much set in stone that, you know, it's just what happened.
Yeah. I mean, is it a rule that once you get big, you get past a certain point, that you have to literally step on and betray everything that you stood for? I mean, is that a rule? Because that seems like the norm for a lot of these people. They start out cool. They start out about the cause. They start out about the movement or about whatever it is that that drew people to them in the first place. And then the way they just turn on a dime, like him, it just seemed with Pac-Man, it seemed like it was an overnight thing.
No, it literally was an overnight switch.
Yeah.
He started doing those crazy cut videos and fast, and it was weird.
Very weird, because his other content was nothing like that.
And it happened as soon as he got to meet Zack Snyder. As soon as he got to interview Zack Snyder, it went to his head like Mr. West Ashley. That Zach Crack traveled through his body like a
biggest hit of Zach Crack. That was the biggest hit of
He got the biggest hit. He got you know what he got? He got the sucker punch freight train hit. That's what he got. He took such a powerful hit of that Zach Crack that it was coming out. It started coming out of his pores and stuff. And he's like, he couldn't bite any more pellets for a minute. And then Warner and then the old regime of Warner WB say, Chris, we like your videos, but we need you to do something for us. and we're gonna do for you what we do to all our content creators. We're gonna send you a new suit because you need a suit. We're tired of seeing you wear that same raggedy white t-shirt on every video. So we're gonna send you a suit to wear, and you're gonna represent us. And you're gonna shill for our products and our movies, and that's what you're gonna do. And you're gonna backstab all those goofy Snyder freaks. You're gonna get off them. And that's exactly what he did. That's what he did. He took that jacket. He wore it with pride, and he's been speaking like he's on Zach Crack ever since.
He was like a Zach Crack Max Headroom, man. He was. I was like, what?
I like to think Zack Snyder is a sensible, wise guy, and he can see what's happened, and I hope he's watching the fandom that have stuck by him, not sold their souls for. Clicks and clout. And I hope he can see it.
If that's what one little interview with Zach does to you, it's it's cool, Zach. I love you, bro, but I never want to interview you, man. Because I ain't looking to get none of that. I ain't looking to get none of that Zach Crack. I'm cool. I'm staying away from that. Oh, here it is. Here's the guy right here. Here's the source. Sil, your sources got fired 5 weeks ago.
Is this that guy?
Stop stealing money from Snyder fans. Skywalker, you talk like you have a lisp. Todd Ryder, you can't do shit. You're all talk, you bald creep.
Hey, we got the haters in the house.
I can't do shit. Come at me and see if I can do shit. Let's go, bro. Let's see what you got.
Hold on. Hey, yo, hold on.
Oh, this is funny.
Says the person behind an anonymous S with a troll name. You know what I'm saying?
It's all
he thought that up all night.
It's all
Theory confirmed. Theory confirmed. The betas are watching. There they are, right there on the screen. Look at that.
Right there in the
lurking in the background. Like a dirty nonce in the street.
Playing the world's smallest violin.
Exactly. That must be Abdul. That must be him. That must be him, Mr. West Ashley. That's another punk we need to talk about. Let's talk about a man who
is Sil's biggest fan.
Let's talk about a man who ran this little group. Let's talk about a man who ran this little toilet paper group called TPZ Toilet paper, Zach. Let's talk about them. There's this man in TPZ who caused all this trouble and created all this division amongst the fandom. Yeah. The fandom was a sweet little fandom. Everybody was getting along in Mr. West Ashley's chats, making plans, moving forward. But we had this little troll named Abdul who wanted to control everything and thought he was better than everybody else. So basically, he picked a fight with one of the big dogs in the movement, a man by the name of Chris Finaldo. Chris Finaldo was a straight up 100% diehard here for Zach. He gave so much of himself for the movement. He did so much. And he's a doctor in real life. We call him Dr. Chris. Dr. Chris did so much for the Release the Snyder Cut movement. And he had a connection to Zach and to Fiona. He's a good friend of Fiona's, and him and Fiona would talk back and forth. Well, cut back to our little troll named Abdul, who acts like he's a sweet little angel on Vero in front of Zach. Oh, Zach, I'll do anything for you, Zach. Oh, give me another hit of that Zach Crack, Zach. Oh, can we get this? Can we do this, Zach? Can we do that, Zach? Can I come to a barbecue at your house, Zach? And this is what happens. Okay, Chris Finaldo and this little troll Abdul get into it, right? And Finaldo, being the wise Dr. Chris that he is, agrees to disagree with Abdul and says, we could peacefully coexist. So let's just stop the bickering and let's move on to bigger and better things. Vinaldo recognized that Abdul had some good ideas, but he also knew that Abdul was kind of a troll, a shit starter, an instigator, right? So peace was essentially made thanks to Chris Finaldo and our good friend Pilly, aka Mr. Wes Ashley. Peace was essentially made, and Abdul, was going to go along and just, leave everybody alone so that we could get, to the business at hand, which was getting the Snyder Cut released. What happens? Abdul starts sending threatening messages in the middle of the night to Chris Finaldo, sending him death threats, saying he's gonna ruin him, saying all kinds of just vile and evil and disgusting things. And then he gets his TPZ people to take over the main Snyder Cut account and kick out Chris Finaldo and all the OGs who were there to try and make, release the Snyder Cut a thing. TPZ basically took over and basically tried to eliminate all of the OGs, get rid of all the good people, everybody that had anything good and was really fighting for Zach. So Mr. West Ashley, Abu Nas, Zod Rider, you name it, we were all gone. And you want to know why we were all gone? Because Abdul and TPZ wanted that power, wanted that Zach crack. These guys are so bad that they pushed Fiona out. Fiona, the queen of the Snyder Cut movement, the person who, if it wasn't for Fiona, there probably wouldn't have been as big of a movement as there was to get the movie in the first place, because Fiona has a personal relationship with Zack. She's been friends with Zack Snyder for many years.
Yeah, this one's for you, Fiona.
What did Abdul and TPZ and all their cronies do? They pushed Fiona out, made her uncomfortable to the point where they actually started a small rift between Fiona and Vinaldo. Now, keep in mind, Vinaldo has had Fiona's back forever. So when those people start trying to create a rift between Fiona and Vinaldo, there's a problem. But do you know what happened then? You know what happened next? Fiona got hip to this and said, you know what? I'm out of here. This is trash. I'm done with this. This doesn't make any sense. These people are trying to make me look bad. I'm out. Fiona's out. Vinaldo washed his hands with the shit, said basically TPZ and Abdul can have it. They're trash. If you want to follow them, then you get what you're going to get. And sure enough, all they did was take that clout, smoke that Zach crack, and reap all the benefits, because all they did was bully and push and create all these problems. See, these are things that people don't know because people weren't there. They don't know about the legendary Chris Finaldo. They don't know about Fiona. Oh, and I don't even want to get into the fact that these people tried to bully Fiona and later on tried to make Fiona look like she was a racist and bully her off of Twitter. Wow, that's why when people try to reach Fiona, they can't reach her anymore because she's not on Twitter. She's in China, so it's hard for her to get on Twitter anyway. But would she really want to get on Twitter and deal with all these fools and then have these idiots calling her racist and trying to push her out of the movement so that a couple of Harry Potter fans can get all the shine and do their little convention? Give me a break. I swear to God, being an OG is cool, but having this kind of knowledge really makes me sad deep down, because I know that if things would have been a little different, we could have did so much more. Release the Snyder Cut would be even bigger today than it is now if it had not been for all that.
Fortunately for us, it's evolved into what we're doing. So they've been left behind.
Look, I wanna tell everybody that y'all just got a sneak peek at OG talk with Zod Ryder. You know what I'm saying? Because Zod just gave a lot of games just now, yo.
Yeah.
That's like real talk. What happened?
Yeah.
That's why certain people aren't on Twitter anymore.
I absolutely love Fiona to this day, and Fiona didn't deserve the stuff that they tried to do to him. They're evil, they're mean, and to top it off, to add the cherry on top, they're devil worshippers too. Enough said. I don't got nothing else to say about them besides that. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that there because Fiona deserved better, for real. Yeah. Unbelievable. Man.
Like Mr. West Ashley
thinking about it gets me pissed. Unreal.
This the shit that was in the background when we was doing a million tweets.
Yep.
Yeah, Fiona, deserves major credit for basically making the whole thing happen. Really, integral to it. And she's got treated like that. Oh, that's sad.
Still knows.
Just like, with me being on the outside, obviously, I had such admiration for Fiona, and I feel like without her, none of us would have even been doing this, right? And so I've always looked at her as kind of being like the queen of our damn movement, and so to hear about her being pushed out because of Zach Crack, it's really just unsettling. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? I might try to fuck around and get Fiona on OG talk. You know what I'm saying? Because look, these stories gotta be told.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, Skywalker. If you're ever able to do that, you will not only cement yourself as an even bigger legend than you already are, but you're gonna have so many people coming at you on levels that you never thought of ever. It's gonna be crazy. And again, I'm gonna say you had devil worshippers that wanted her spot. By the way, that's as cold as that is. It's the truth. Hot as hell.
Mr. West said the mic drop. Go ahead, Necron.
When you say devil worshippers, I listen to death metal and black metal.
No.
But I want to know what you mean by devil worshippers.
That's not what I'm talking about. See, I don't want to really get into that, because I start getting into the weeds on that. Then it's gonna get really, really bad, and I don't want to get into the weeds on
right
that.
On. That's fair.
The information is out there if you really want the information. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, it is really unfortunate, because I said the same thing. Like, we changed the world, yo. And when we got that news that we were getting that cut, I mean, I really felt like we could accomplish anything, right? And even I, from far,
get that Mr. West Ashley post right now, where he just posted right there.
Oh my goodness, Mr. West Ashley, seriously, they were in our chats trying to teach us some satanic shit.
Okay.
And then remember, and then you guys remember when Fiona got really, really sick. She got almost 1,000%. Fiona got almost deathly ill. Just saying.
Some weird stuff, man.
Crazy shit, man.
Yo,
I just want to see the Snyderverse.
Right? Like, yo, it's
damn.
Crazy. Yeah. It's crazy that we've had to go through all this, man, just getting the damn cutout. And when there's been all this infighting and backstabbing, right? And now you see David, they saying go on mute. You are seeing a situation where you have these people that have just functionally tried to just take credit for everything that these OGs really, really did. And so we're in a situation now where I think it's pivotal to get these stories out there, because if we don't, we're just gonna let this other side have their narrative, and we've already seen how that turns out.
I appreciate Zod. I'm new to it. I appreciate Zod giving us this info, man. It's very informative and kind of sucks to hear, but we need to hear it.
Yep. Yo, you guys make sure that y'all keep a lookout for these OG talks, man, because they are very much needed. And I want to say thank you to Zod, man, for actually laying that out, because these kind of stories need to be told, and that is exactly what this platform is actually meant for.
I feel like we are at a point where it's almost like the NDA has expired, and you might have to mute.
Hold up, I got him.
Yeah, we're at a point where it's expired, where the NDA has expired, so we can say what that's how I feel. The NDA has expired.
That the NDA has expired. Yeah, yo, and I'm feeling like after that Mr. West Ashley stream, everything needs to come out now. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, because there's just been too much of them trying to set this narrative. So I actually want to thank Mr. West Ashley once again, because I feel like that conversation that we had kind of helped spark what's going on now.
Oh yeah, and one more thing I forgot to mention about the whole Chris Finaldo, Abdul devil worshippers thing. They bullied the man. They bullied Dr. Chris to nearly committing suicide. So I'm going to put that out there too, because that's an important detail that people need to know about, because these are people that claim to be all about suicide for prevention and AFSP and here for Zach and here for the right thing, and they nearly bullied a man to suicide. So I just figured I would point that out too. Yeah.
Man, I mean, this whole thing, it's just like the more that I've heard and the more that I have uncovered, it's like the crazier that this all sounds to me.
When the real book is written about the history of releasing the Snyder Cut, a lot of people are going to be in tears.
Zod, Mr. West Ashley, every time you open your mouth, he's saying he's right, like 1,000%. Like this thing, like he says, Zod went deeper than me. Pause. Yo, thank you, Zod, for this stuff, man. This is some deep stuff. This is some deep stuff. Look, I want to start wrapping this up within the next like 10, 15 minutes. So if y'all got any last questions or comments, put them in the chat. I'm sure some of y'all might have some questions for Zod. You know what I'm saying, Zod. So I would get ready for a couple of those. But Necron, I want to start with you. Oh, he ain't even here. I hadn't even looked up. Savage Bat. I want to ask you, like, right, what is your take on all this stuff, and where are you at personally with the whole Restore the Snyderverse movement as of right now?
Well, it's disappointing, I knew that there was a lot of that stuff went on, but yeah, it's been very informative on that, and it's a shame it went that way. And I was, I got shunned out myself, just being a big part of it and stuff, and it's a shame. But as I said, it does, I feel for like people like Fiona and stuff, but at the end of the day, they've stopped doing what they're doing, and we're still going. So what does that tell you? This is the fight's never over. That's where I'm at with Restore the Snyderverse. My group's on Facebook now to over 61,000 members, organising people from Facebook over to Twitter for hashtag days, stuff like that, fighting the good fight, and I'm never going to stop. So yeah, that's where I stand.
Yeah, like it's funny that they keep telling us to move on. It's like, why don't they just move on, right? Like we
Yeah.
clearly aren't moving on, and we don't care to move on. Zach is telling us not to move on. You have you literally have people around Zach telling us, don't move on. Keep those embers burning. Keep up the good fight.
Yeah.
Along with Zach, and they're literally trying to act like, we should just not care about this stuff. While they're allegedly being fans of Zach and want the cutback, right? But yet they're always arguing against it. I don't know. It's just all weird to me.
Doesn't make no sense.
Necron, same question to you, sir, right? Where are you feeling at, with this whole restore the Snyderverse movement, and what's your overall thoughts on, the overall beta behavior these past weeks, including this information that you just heard from Zion?
All right. Well, Snyder verse coming back, I think it's a no-brainer. You got the new management in. They're saying that's what everybody's talking about. They're not talking about the Batman. They're not talking about anything else. They want the Snyderverse. You had people in the old regime in over in other part of the world in Europe saying it was a global phenomenon. It was just some the California-based WB just had their head up their ass and couldn't let their petty whatever problem with Zach go and just let him do his thing. But that's all in the past. We don't need to worry about that. Snyderverse is coming back. Betas, I think some betas, they ain't got no content, so they got to talk about the people who are popping, like Still and Mikey, Zod, Skywalker, and that's the only way they get content, people and eyes on them. They got to talk about you guys and what you all are doing, and they're idiots. Betas are betas. Beta's gonna beta. And what Zod dropped, dude, never my wildest dreams. I think anything like that was going on behind the scenes, but I see parallels in my life with things and movements and people who want to get the clout, make it about them, and they not about what it was originally about, and they want to move out the good-hearted people who are just there because they want it all on them and not anything, nobody else getting any sunshine. People like that, I'm glad you're exposing them, and we can't let that type of people get back into this movement and control the narrative. Like Skywalker says, it's time for the real fans to control the narrative again. That's my 2 cents.
Absolutely. All right, Zod. Where do I even begin, man? General Zod just went on such an epic rant, look, what do you want to say in closing? If you have anything else that you would like to add, right? On top of that beautiful soliloquy, you know what I'm saying? Is there anything else that you want to add to that, sir?
Mic drop.
Yo, I feel it, man. Look, as for me, what I want to say is, you guys keep asking me why I'm here, right? It is to have conversations like this, right? I love this fandom. I love this community wholeheartedly, right? It has been such a big part of my life. That's why I decided to jump in here and to really, get in the ring with these guys, right? Because, why not, right? So when I see people trying to police my fandom, especially over stuff like a fan theory, right? And you're coming after me and coming after people that are associated with me, right? Like, I just really don't take that lightly. And every so often I might end up clapping back at you guys. It just might end up happening. So
Mr. West Ashley would like a link.
Oh my goodness. Check your Twitter DM, because I already sent one. You know what I'm saying? Check your Twitter DM. But yeah, oh my goodness. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying?
It's not over yet.
Yeah, it's not. Hey, we going into OT. You know what I'm saying? Because I got all night. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Let's get Mr. Wes Ashley in here because, yo, look, Zod, they calling you a savage. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, look.
I'm not playing with these fools anymore, man.
Yo, hold on, hold it down. I'm gonna go send them another link. Hold on, 1 second.
Yeah, it's game over as far as I'm concerned. The time for playing is over with. I mean, we're dealing with enough. We got betas and everything, and people just have to know the truth. They have to know the facts. They have to know what kind of stuff we're dealing with on a regular basis and stuff that we were dealing with back in the day. So
yeah.
It's tough, man. It's always tough when you're changing the world.
Yeah.
You're gonna get some pushback from all sorts of forces, places that you never would have dreamed would be coming in your little fandom.
Yeah.
I mean,
you just want to support a movie, you know,
and a good cause too. You know, suicide prevention.
Oh yeah, that's who would be against that.
That's again one of the most noble things you can fight for. So
it's been great. That part of it's been. I've loved being involved with that. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Mr. West Ashley, I sent another link for you, sir, to your Twitter DM. You know, yes, we getting that post credit scene. You know what I'm saying? Zach don't usually have post credit scenes, but Skywalker does. So, you know, there's that. The Bad Dan said that he is going to go to bed. Salute to you, Bad Dan.
All right, Bad Dan.
Yo, look, we have been missing you on Twitter, but we get it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and go recharge your battery, sir, and then come back whenever we will be there. All right. Integrity says we are watching restoration happen one step at a time, month after month, year after year. Yeah, brick by brick. Ain't that what Mikey Sutton was saying?
Yeah.
Brick by brick, right?
It's a slow process. Ain't going to happen in a snap of a finger, but it's going to happen brick by brick.
You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh. Mr. West actually says that he's coming on. Uh-oh. Ace, so look, to just like I say before, don't be surprised who you see on Skywalker's channel. You know what I'm saying? And we are introducing.
If this isn't your most viewed stream ever, I'll be shocked. But I'm just saying. I mean,
this is truth time, man. Truth time.
The man with no name. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Wes Ashley.
Yo,
Tilly,
yo,
brother. Now
you
see, it's unbelievable, man.
Yo, Zach killed it, bro. I was sitting in there, bro. I was listening to this shit like, whoa. Not even I said that and over like never. You know what I mean? I knew all that shit. But I was like, whoa, all right. Well, fuck. But yo, when he start talking about that devilish shit, right? There's some shit that we really gotta get out. We really gotta know this shit because it's like easy if we catch on to what they're doing. So remember yesterday how I told you how it was kind of like an anti-American push in the movement where it was like so we can get in this situation that we in right now, $5 gas prices, stock market crash, all this bullshit, right? So they was in there trying to teach us bullshit. You know what I mean? So we'll vote for that shit. So basically we'll take like the biggest internet push in the world and put it behind a bunch of bullshit ass politicians, right? So in the long run, we'll be doing damage to our own country, right? That's what they were trying to do, but they was doing it like slick shit. Like, let's say somebody having a bad day, they'll be like, "Oh, well, yeah, Western culture is bullshit. I practice my qigong, some bullshit, some shit that instead of just being American, it was always a diss to America. So we start asking them, yo, what do y'all believe in? Nerd Queen start telling us, but I've been new before that because they was on some devilish shit since the day one I went in Vero. They was trying to teach me some Luciferian shit, right? So Nerd Queens came out first, started talking about, they walk like a dead cat and get in public just to get attention. But what they're really doing, bro, listen, it sounds like they're doing some crazy shit, like some satanic shit. What they're doing is stirring the fucking pot in the city. So you imagine you got 100 of them, you know what I mean? With their little, pink hair or bald head, black lipstick, devilish bullshit, right? So now they're on some shit like, oh, you can't say this, but they're canceling your culture. They're like, you can't talk like you American. You got to talk like this. You can't say tranny. You can't say blah, 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 blah. But behind the scenes, they're reading these like satanic ass books with pentagrams and all this other like BS shit, right? So they're trying to get you as a movement. There was a crew trying to get the movement to preach some satanic shit, bro. Like 100,000 of y'all talking some dumb shit. So when you see fucking Justice Con and you see homegirl with her black lipstick, bald head, blah, 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 and they looking all crazy, they're pushing some shit that they've been pushing in the chat room for years. People just wonder, like, why the fuck would she look like that? They've been pushing that shit behind the scenes. So what turned off a lot of OGs is when you see Zack Snyder with them. You see what I'm saying? So now we're like, yo, do you know, Zack, do you know what they've been doing? Do you know what they've been saying? And you on a con with them? So everybody quit. Because there's no way we're all Americans. We're going through this biggest fucking transformation in American history. This crazy ass election, January 6th, blah, 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 blah. We're doing it all for Zack Snyder. And Zack Snyder goes in public with the people against us, pretty much, That's why everybody quit. So when he was saying all of that shit, he was, they was doing the most foul shit. They wanted Homeboy's account. They wanted Chris Vinaldo's account. So they was gang stalking him until he quit. They did the same shit to me. But, only a few people really know who was doing that shit. But what happened is I turned off the Watchman room completely because they was kicking out. I left for maybe about a month. I came back and they were kicking out all of the originals out of the Watchmen chat and bringing in some new people who was on that Nerd Queens type shit. I promise you, when he was saying this shit, bro, I was like, oh my God. Nobody's ever said this before except Zod and me right now, but it was 100% true going on. There was, if you were a Christian or if you were, just say American, you were being canceled and being replaced by some
even if you were an atheist, even in anything, right. If you don't believe in anything, if you didn't believe what they wanted you to believe, you were being canceled.
If you wasn't no Luciferian, you were being canceled. Period, bro. Period. There was no way you can get out and be like, yo, I'm gonna do my own thing. Maybe Zach can come holler at me. No, there was a hell no to that, bro. You had to, either kiss TPZ's ass, who were 100% Luciferians, or you had to come out on some LGBT shit, flying the rainbow flag, saying BLM, saying all of that bullshit that eventually Americans saw was some bullshit. They were trying to start us with that shit in 2020, bro. 2019. Start now. There's no more. No, they were canceling us in our own chat rooms because you were either American, Christian, Black, or I try to be nice with y'all and be like, yo, we just wasn't PC enough. We wasn't politically correct. But no, we wasn't fucking Luciferian, bro. And that was it.
I didn't even realise. I remember a film god mentioning something about this devil worshipping thing, and I didn't actually know what until now. Now you guys just explained it, what it's all about. I kind of thought, what? Devil worshipping? Really? But yeah, well, Jesus. There you go.
Right. It definitely was some real shit. What he was saying, it sounded like he was rambling, but, bruh, that's why I quit. So go look at Go Deep's if you go look back at Go Deep's content over my last year, I started shining the light on them. And they started coming back at me. They started trying to cancel all of my shit. But I was because Zack Snyder talks about this shit in his movies as well. If you're really, really paying attention to it, he's telling you about this shit. There's so many levels of Zack Snyder shit. So I started calling them out with my own podcast and going in the chat room like, fuck it, what, bro? And sharing my shit in front of them. And they know that they was reading, they used to watch this shit. They used to get so mad at me. All of them. And it was because think about it, man. Let's when you talk about secret societies, that's what you're talking about. That type of shit. And most of us was just organic. Most of us was just regular people. Most of us was just like, yo, we can get headphones and a fucking computer and do this
That's
shit.
why we was left out for being normal.
Right. So then if you wasn't a part of that shit going on behind the scenes, you wasn't getting no play. You had to tie in with that crew. Or it was a wrap because think about this. What I was trying to tell you yesterday, they couldn't take a chance with us being so strong and powerful and saying what the fuck we want to say. And they couldn't take a chance with that shit.
And Pilly, one of the things that struck me when I watched your brilliant interview with Skywalker was when you mentioned just how deep it goes and how they don't it's never for people like you and me and all the OGs, it was never about getting Zack Snyder for an interview. We didn't care about none of that. It was all about the movement. That was the last thing we were thinking about. And really, it's like if you gotta kiss a ring or you gotta start participating in messed up rituals and things just to be able to get close to Zach. Forget that. We don't need that.
Right. Think about, bro, the Zach interviews came when we were already over and when it was already done.
Yeah.
When we got the fucking million tweets, guys, that was a leveraging tactic that we could show that we have a strength online. So now they announced it shortly after that. But that little point in time, people were, gearing up to, as Watchmen, we all thought we were going to celebrate. But people were still gearing up to fight. But people were trying to get Zach interviews to try to act like they did the million tweets. They did the Times Square. They did the subway. People were setting up for that. So this part right now that we're going through, which is post Zach interviews and shit, we're trying to pick up the pieces. But I think if you don't know this other shit, y'all gonna get ramsacked. You know what I mean? Like Jedi, if you don't know this other shit that's gonna come to you, and trust me, bro, when I see you, doing your shit on Twitter, there's some of them people in those links, and I can't tell you who they are, but trust me, dog, you just gotta watch yourself, because what they're gonna try to do, they're gonna talk to you and try to talk to you behind the scenes, personal shit. Then they're gonna try to change how you think, bro. They're gonna be like, they're gonna come to you and be like, yo,
And when you tell them to go F themselves, you'll see what they do.
Then they're gonna cancel you. Then they're gonna come out and try to cancel you.
And they'll be real nice to you, just like Abdul was to me.
Right, correct.
Just like Abdul was to me. Real nice.
They're gonna be real nice, bro.
I'm a fan of yours, Zod. I like you, Zod. I want to help you, Zod.
Right. You're gonna think you met some new friends, bro. You're gonna be like, oh my God. Y'all can,
Until you start seeing the subtext of what's really there, what Billy's been telling us.
Oh my God. I'm trying to tell you, watch Go Deep. It's all in Go Deep because they couldn't believe that I was seeing this shit. They were thinking like, TPZ has other black people in their crew, but they don't make no noise. They're not standing up and calling these guys out. But
they're just happy. They're just happy to be there.
Right. Yeah. But TPZ was doing some foul ass shit, bro, since day one. So then when you see Zach chilling with them, that's like a punch in the gut, bro. That
had to be a death blow. Yeah.
Right. That's like what?
It had to be a death blow.
Zach is chilling with the guys that's trying to cause people to commit suicide by gang stalking and all this other bullshit. That shit is real, bro. That shit actually goes on in real life. So if you pushing the buttons on that shit, TPZ was doing that shit to Fernando just to get his account. Because Fernando was closing deals with like Subway and FA Cup and all that other bullshit.
Yeah.
So
facts.
So TPZ wanted that shit. So they knew all of the tactics to get Fernando to go away, and they were doing them shit, bro. So then after they did it, Zack Snyder shows up with them. You know what I mean? It was like like what the fuck? Everybody was thrown away, bro. And then it was like, well, maybe Zach just don't know. And it happened for a year. More Zach TPZ. Then Zach TPZ was like, yo, we're just going to build up Chris Wong and Dave the Film Junkie. And they did it. We saw it happen. They did it. How did they do that and do all the fuck shit?
Because you remember, Pilly, Dave the Film Junkie and Pac-Man Ping Pong, they weren't with TPZ until they kissed the ring. And when they kissed the ring and bowed down to the mighty Abdul, that's when
he mentioned it earlier. He was like, yo, we had a conversation, me, Abdul.
I mentioned that.
Yeah, he mentioned it. Me, TPZ, a few members of TPZ, and Fernando. And I was in the middle of it trying to mediate it. But
you were the mediator.
I was coming from TPZ's side, so I really didn't know Ronaldo like that. But then, it was over. It was done with. And then Homeboy just kept, like he said, sending these crazy ass texts. But really, what that shit did, it blew up the movement also. But at the same time, they capitalized on that shit because who the fuck was TPZ, though? Before they did all this crazy shit, nobody knew it. Nobody knew them. So then they blew up, came with all the Zach clout, and
that Zach crack.
Right. Now they can go in their little cities and act like this was their shit. They can really do that. And they was the most foulest. They were, bruh, I'm telling you.
They got everything they wanted on a silver platter.
A silver platter. And they were Luciferians day one, bro. That's the first shit they told me about. Hey, do you know about Lucifer? And I'm like, bro, like, god damn, I don't even know about Vero. How are we gonna talk about Lucifer? I'm like, god damn.
No. The best thing is anything you want, Lucifer shall provideth. You remember that shit, Billy? You remember that?
Bro, hell yeah.
Lucifer will provideth.
Bro, that's when because I thought this was a movement of the people. That's what I was so happy about. The people did this shit. But after I saw them boys get the credit, I was like, no, something else going on, bro. Like there's some other shit behind the scenes going on that we saw Nerd Queens on Justice Con looking like fucking witches, bro. To be honest, that's what they look like. Let's be real.
And then they actually posted their certificates on Twitter to
of
show
being
that
a
they
witch.
were. Yeah.
Like, come on, dog. There's a lot of Christians in this bitch, dog, or whatever. But how did that crew get the shine? How did that happen? This make this movement seem weird, bro, because the weirdos in a cult seem like got the shine out of this shit. That's the weirdest shit. I still can't complain. I mean, I still can't explain that unless all of this shit was some weirdo shit from day one, bro. That's the only thing I can put together because how did them boys get this shit, bro?
Can I interject something here, Skywalker?
Oh, go ahead, Necron.
Yeah, okay. In the metal scene, we got, people who say they're Satanists and devil worshippers and all that. And I ain't gonna fucking lie to anybody. I play in bands that have those type of lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
But the real metalheads, all we talk about is metal. There ain't like people fucking killing goats and, hey, do you know about Lucifer and this and that? And the ones who do all that stuff, they usually get like shunned because no one wants to hang around with them weirdos. So now, what you're saying, dude, when I saw them, I don't know much about this stuff. When I saw them, I said, man, they look like them goth wannabe satanic types that are just, you see hanging out at the Hot Topic, and everybody's like, I don't want to hang around with them. And that's what I thought, but I was never going to say nothing. But I was like, man, they look like them goth fucking wannabe satanic evil doers and all that. And I kept it to myself, but it's funny to hear that because then, again, my gut instinct was right.
Facts, yo.
True.
Yeah,
That's true, bro.
like, I've had a bunch of friends that are into metal and all that, right? But they don't, like, I've never had any, like, and we've had a lot of conversations about music and all that type of stuff, right? But we don't never really get into the Lucifer conversation, right? Like, that doesn't necessarily come up a bunch. So,
Lucifer will provideth. That's a quote. That's a quote. Now, that to me is crossing a very, very different line and is something more akin to a Go Deep podcast, but it's true. And Pilly and I had a very similar experience when it comes to these people. So I just,
Necron knew, you know what I'm saying? His intuition was real.
Yeah,
right?
when I was looking at them, I'm like, man, they look like them Hot Topic satanic.
Look,
witches and all that. I was just like, whatever, but that's weird.
This is something that I was gonna bring up earlier that for Mr. West Ashley brought up during our conversation, right? When he's like, that whole Us United, US United hashtag thing, right? About how they were trying to push that. So literally there did seem to be, even from just the outside looking in, there looked to be some coercion or like some COINTELPRO stuff going on in this movement, around that time as well. Yeah. So does Zada really want to speak on that?
Bro, it was, like I'm saying, like, think about this, man, with everything that went on, I don't know who y'all voted for or whatever, but we can talk about it with Biden right now. The world and America especially is kind of fucked up right now, right? So that means a lot of people probably was preaching the wrong shit, voted for the wrong people, you know what I mean? Or, but think about this. We're the biggest movement online, dog. Whatever we say goes, So imagine if we would have said, vote for fucking Trump or anybody. They couldn't have that, they couldn't have that. So all up until the election, there was this like, nonstop push to pretty much support Biden movement. And that was it. That was, Watchmen, it was the only people that did it, that said no to it, because everybody else was saying US United and Us United, but it's the same shit, bro. It's the same hashtag that Biden used a week before. So then now we're like, damn, brother, do we got to put our talents and hopes and are we about to make Biden shit trend? And we, you know, most of us didn't like Biden, you know, so now we're like, we just said no to it, but the coercion was there. So the coercion was there so bad it make you look at the people.
The point was that it was supposed to be apolitical. It wasn't
Right.
the release
Yeah,
of Snyder
shouldn't
Cut.
be in there.
The release of Snyder Cut movement was never supposed to be a political thing. That's
Right.
why all of us were looking at the Us United hashtag like some BS. Like, what are they trying to do here? This Us United hashtag doesn't mean Us United.
Right.
It means something else. It stands for a
I
very
remember
bigger agenda.
when it first started happening, I was warned by several people that this is really dodgy, and I was like, "What?" I didn't understand it, you know.
Right.
And then it got revealed to me later what was, you know.
And they tried to hide behind. They tried to hide behind the fact that it was an actual line in Justice League and it was on a T-shirt. You know, they've never faced us before. Not Us United. They tried to make it seem like that's what it was, but it wasn't, because the hashtag had a different meaning and it actually had a flag attached.
Right.
It was just
Us United was
ridiculous.
Us United was US United, and there's no way nobody can say it wasn't. So
Facts.
now if we take 300,000 people and we do the same hashtag, so now it looks like, oh, y'all niggas like Biden too? Like, goddamn, dog. Because, dog, if it wasn't for the Watchmen, we would have did it. This is what I'm trying to say. We need to be smart. That's the only thing we need to do, because they're going to come at you smarter than you. So then they're going to come at you as they are.
They're going to be nice. They're going to offer you all the cookies you want.
Everything.
You want to interview with Zack Snyder? You want this? You want that? You want this? We're going to give you all the Zack Crack you want.
But they know what they want to do behind the scenes. You just don't know what they want to do.
Right.
So then, you know, your whole time you might be disagreeing with them. You might be like, you know, I was raised X, Y, and Z. But to be in this Hollywood movement shit, no, now you got to say, you know, BLM on all of your tweets. You got to put a flag on that bitch, an LGBT flag. You got to do all of this shit to check off shit that you probably don't believe into. But to get Zach interview, you had to do that shit. So now the Watchmen are the only crew in this whole movement to say no to that shit. So if it wasn't for us, we would be a political arm of the Joe Biden fucking party. 100%. 100%. And below the Joe Biden party, there was a cult type shit. You know, some type, you know, fall in line and we're gonna do some magic weirdo type shit. And if you didn't, you know, you might have just thought you were an organic dude trying to do a podcast. But hell no, bro. Your brain had to be changed and you had to spew these fucking talking points or you can't go on Twitter or they're gonna try to cancel you.
They crushed Bernie Sanders' movement in one night. Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, right?
Yeah, they one night he was winning.
This how
that
it
Tuesday works. it was fucking a wrap. They crushed.
That's how it works. It's in our chat rooms. I've been telling everybody this.
It's funny. Works. I made a joke, Mem, about if World War III starts trending because World War III is happening, we could actually change it to just to promote Wonder Woman 3, WW3, you know, and do the same thing. It's a joke, but it's actually for real.
You could. you actually could get that trending.
WW3 actually means Wonder Woman 3.
With the mentality of these people, though, I mean, it's not even. It's the truth.
Yeah, that's just some strange shit. Do you know what I mean? Really,
it is. It's a level, man. When you get up in this shit and you want to be on some Zack Snyder shit, and you know you're in the biggest movement on earth, guys. I'm trying to tell y'all's power is ridiculous. You know, we could do anything, but they're going to try to change how we act, how we think, how we talk, what we say. We can't say if we grew up in America, we probably rough around the edges. We talk shit. We say gay jokes, blah, 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 blah. In this Zack Snyder shit, if you want this clout, you can't do none of that shit, period. And fuck me and a Christian, fuck talking about Jesus, fuck anything, bro. It's on some weirdo shit, bro. And if y'all haven't seen it yet, y'all just haven't got high enough.
No, yeah, I've noticed it, especially the Jesus stuff. Well, I'm British, and we don't fall for that crap. Do you know what I mean?
Right. No, I feel you. It's just some weird. I just lump it all in weirdo shit, bro. And I wasn't gonna say nothing until Zod kind of mentioned it tonight. That shit blew me away, bro.
Nah, it just blew out of the water, and then you come in and killed it as well. It was brilliant. Yeah, wow. But there you go, guys.
All right. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get back, and y'all can take off. Thanks, everybody. Holla at y'all later.
I appreciate you, Mr. West
Later,
Ashley.
bro.
Thank you.
No problem. Peace.
You know what I'm saying?
Peace.
Yeah, yo. I mean, look, to everybody that's in the chat, I mean, you know, what more can we say? You know what I'm saying? This has been, I think, one of the most enlightening streams on the Release the Snyder Cut / Restore the Snyderverse that has probably ever existed.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
thought
Most revealing, yeah.
I thought we were just gonna mop some betas around and
Yeah, that shit just got real sudden, very quick.
you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, yo, like I'm being for real. Even from the outside looking in, like there's been multiple things that have just been so questionable. That whole us united thing being one of the biggest question marks, right? Because you know, I was even thinking that same thing. Like, wait a minute, wasn't this just a Joe Biden hashtag? Like, right? Like, why are we kind of pushing this? And you know, that whole side, they were completely pushing that. So. You know what Zod was saying and Mr. West Ashley, these are just facts. This is actually what happened. So, does anybody want to add anything before we close this thing out?
No, I'm just still shocked by that. It was brilliant.
Hey, hey, look,
Excellent.
go back and watch the replays. That's how we got on the Wichita. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, we went down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying?
That was some real shit there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
thanks,
look,
Todd. Thanks for putting it out there, though. The people got to know.
Amen.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, Mama Bear, you got to go back in the stream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It will definitely make sense why we ended up on that topic. But look, I want to thank the panel for fucking coming up. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank Zod for putting us up on that real talk. I want to thank the chat for going deep with us. You know what I'm saying? Because that was definitely a deep dive. I might have to change the name of this stream or something. I don't know. This guy real ill. But hey, I told y'all earlier, I was like, yo, this gonna get heavy. And it definitely did. So yo. As for that, you know what I'm saying? I am Skywalker the Jedi. Excuse me. Yeah, shout out to Zod Rider, Necron, and Savage Bat for coming on my platform, you know, and for getting schooled right along with me, because you know what I'm saying? Hey, I didn't know about a bunch of this stuff too. So
No, same.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Look, we will catch y'all next time. You know, I'm Skywalker the Jedi. Y'all hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. You know, hey, are we tripping? Is Zod lying? Is Mr. West Ashley lying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, let us know what you think. So I'm going to catch y'all next time. You know what I'm saying? Peace.
Peace out.